to survive this competition.
For a lot of folks, this is actually their favorite All-Star event. There's a lot of drama. It always seems.
And here we go with Freak. Remember now, 60 seconds, 5 racks, 5 balls in each rack, 4 one-point balls, and then the favorite, the 2-point money ball.
Well, if my math is right, you've got 5 racks, you've got 6 points on each rack. That gives you an opportunity for a total to max out at 30 points.
Good. I carry the one. You're right. You're right.
Yep. Carry the one. Slide that over 0. Yep, that's right. 30. You're right.
4 points. 5 points now. Nearly perfect there. Just 1 miss on the rack. 8 points. You can only get 1 shot to fall off the rack. He's got 9. Gets the money ball. 12 for him. Here for 13. Couldn't finish it off, but still put up an impressive number. He scores 13 points in the round. I'd say he handled that round pretty well, guys.
There were a few ups and downs, but overall, it turned out to be a fairly decent round.
Yeah, I'd give him kind of a B+ for that one. You know, we hope for more, but it probably lived up to a reasonable expectation for him.
So it's James Harden ready to go.
One way to ensure success in this event, as we've learned, Steve, is by hitting those money balls. Those give you a nice jolt of momentum.
Yeah, that's really the key. I mean, if you can knock down all 5 money balls, you really don't even have to shoot a high percentage, and you can still come out on top.
5 points now. Now with 6. He could have taken more from that rack, only got 2 points. 7 points. 8 points. 1 last rack remains. Oh, no. His 5th consecutive miss. 8 points is all he ends up with there. Well, not his finest showing. I think we can all agree he could have done a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. The round got tougher the deeper into it he got, and he ended up missing his last 6 shots.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here.
Well, Klay's dad was an NBA player, Michael Thompson, but more a post player and a center. Klay as a guard, a perimeter player, who's got that beautiful shooting touch.
Well, like they say, Steve, and it's true, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So it's essential that a player keeps a fast pace and gets to all 25 balls before the buzzer.
Yeah, and it's really a balance, Clark, because you can't race through them either. If you do, you're going to fall out of your rhythm. So it's a fine line between being focused and being quick, and you've got to find that balance.
Can't get the money ball. Misses for the 4th straight time. Off the mark with 5 in a row now.
Yeesh.
Down to the final rack. 8 points.
He's in sole possession of 2nd place.
He's got 10. He gets to the 10-point mark for the round. Well, he's fortunate that a lot of the other guys had such problems because his score isn't exactly wonderful.
Well, we kept waiting for that point where he'd get hot and rattle off a few in a row, but it just never came.
And so here's Curry now.
A hot start is pretty essential, isn't it, Steve? I mean, it seems like we rarely see guys recover from a bad first rack or two.
I think the key is that first money ball, Clark. You know, even if you miss a couple early, if you can make that money ball on the first rack, get a couple points under your belt, now all of a sudden you can settle down and start firing away.
He needs 3 more points.
Now with 6. 2 more points to stick around. Now 9 points. Tied for 2nd. Good for 2nd. Tied for 1st.
That puts him at the top of the heap. A strong closeout there.
He averages 3 points a rack and finishes with 15. That was a nice piece of shooting we saw from him out there.
he was very steady throughout. It wasn't an up and down round, just very consistent, and that's what you like to see.
So it'll be Kevin Durant here.
Well, it's pretty much unfair for a guy with Durant's size and speed to be able to shoot so easily from deep. There's nothing you can do about it as a defender.
Your memory has to be very short in this format, like less than a second. You have to put every miss right behind you. Forget about it.
Yeah, because one miss can easily turn into 2 and then 3, and then you start racing because you're worried about the clock, and before you know it, you're pretty much out of it.
That ties him up for third here.
Well, at this point, he's in the finals. He's moved into third.
Good for second. Money ball, no good.
That ties him for the top spot in this round, guys.
And he's got 15 points when the round ends. I'd say a solid showing from him.
Well, the key was, Kevin, he took 6 out of a possible 10 points from the money balls. And those are huge points. You've got to take advantage of them.
And here we go with Eric Gordon.
You know, as soon as Eric Gordon put on an NBA jersey, Kevin, he got right to work firing up three-pointers. I mean, talk about a fearless, aggressive player. I mean, he'll pull up and shoot it no matter who's in his face. He can make those kinds of shots.
I know you like him.
I like his game a lot. The hardest thing for a shooter might be just maintaining that same level of concentration through all 5 racks.
Yeah, I think it is the hardest thing, Clark, because you're just not used to taking 25 shots in 1 minute. I mean, nobody does that. Even in practice, you don't really do it that way. So it's a very foreign feeling when you're out there, and you've got to maintain that focus.
3 more points to stay in contention. Down to the final rack. 3 more, and he moves on. 11 on the board. An 11-point round for him there. Well, I didn't expect that score to be as low as it was. What about you guys?
Yeah, you know, in this format, once it goes wrong, sometimes the harder a player tries, the worse it gets. And you only have a few seconds to correct it, and it can get away from you quick.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so difficult, Clark, because as you said, the time constraints start to play on your mind. You know, you hear that clock ticking in your head, and you force it. And when you force it, there's no way you're going to get into a good groove.
Curry's got the highest score from round 1. All he's got to do now, guys, is repeat that performance in the finals.
Quite honestly, I think the final round is wide open. I mean, we've got a bunch of great shooters moving on.
Yeah, we sure do. And I can't pick a favorite here, Clark. I think everybody's in the mix right now.
And here we go with Freak. By going first, he can put a lot of the pressure on the guys behind him if he boasts a good score.
Boy, a nice run here.
He's up to 7. 3 racks down, 2 to go. Up to 10 now. Now with 11. Well for him. He's made all but 1 of his money balls. Yes. And he buries his 5th in a row. His score sits at 18 points for the round. Guys, hard to find any fault with that display.
Well, we all know how important the money balls are in this event, and he hit 4 out of 5 of them. That's very good work.
And so here's Curry now.
You look at the numbers through the first part of his career. There's a legitimate case that Steph Curry will go down as maybe the best shooter in the history of the NBA.
So 18 to tie, 19 to move ahead. 3 down, 4 points.
Curry really catching fire now. He's in his zone.
Money ball, no good. That's 7. Drains the money ball.
2 misses from this point on are all he can afford.
Oh, and with that miss, he's out.
Unlucky here in the final round.
Yeah, just couldn't get any momentum moving forward.
In the end, it's a 12-point round for him. There was just something off about him in that round.
I guess one way to look at it is that he was just in his discomfort zone in that round.
You know, Clark, no need to even put it into words. We could all see how unsettled he was. It did not go well from the start.
So it'll be Kevin Durant here. Even if you're a good defender and you stay right in Durant's face, You know, Kevin could just pull up and Clark shoot right over you.
Yeah, he's a natural scorer. With his length, there's not much you can do about it when he decides to get into a shot as a defender. It's really a deflating feeling trying to deal with that game. He'll need 18 points to match and tie, 19 to move ahead.
And Durant really starting to light it up now, guys.
7 more points and he'll tie it up. That gives him 12. That's 13. 1 rack left.
5 more points to win.
Hits for 15.
KD stepping up and knocking them all down.
16 points is his score for the round. And we've reached the finish line of the Foot Locker three-point contest. All our competitors gave it their best shot, but one man was head and shoulders above the rest. This year's champion, Freak.
Now, how much fun was that? That could be the highlight of this year's All-Star festivities, guys.
Well, for me, Clark, the three-point contest usually is. I was just happy to have a ringside seat for it.
And the drama, the excitement, this year's three-point contest had it all. And it was our pleasure to bring it to you. For myself, Kevin Harlan, and my partners, Clark Kelly.